All right, up next we got Marcus Head. What up, Marcus? Shit, I gotta unmute you. Hold on a second. Let me unmute that guy. What up?
What's up, my friend? How you doing today?
I'm doing really good, man. Super excited. Got this hours of madness popping off. Having a
Okay,
lot of
I,
fun.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
How about you? How
Well,
you doing?
wonderful, man. Just here in New York, on a little vacation. Just finished a couple of projects and just need to get away. The kids got out of school yesterday, and but before we even get into that, let me just say, when I said my friend, I don't call a lot of people in this business my
I
friends,
appreciate
and
that.
people I consider my friends are people that I can pick up the phone and call. I have actually multiple times done something besides just business
For
to
sure.
where we hung out
For
and
sure.
you know what I mean, got to know each other. And you are a friend, Deon, and I really appreciate
I
you, brother. You're
appreciate
hard
that.
worker.
Likewise.
Congratulations on your project and
Thank
everything
you.
else that you got going on.
Thank you. Yeah, staying busy just like you. I see you said you're in New York on vacation. You stay moving. You stay on the airplane.
Well, bro, if I don't stay busy, that means I'm not doing anything. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right. So, let's talk a little bit about the stuff that's keeping you busy right now. You're doing a lot. I know. Last year you were coming by here using this very studio that I'm broadcasting live from, which is Morris Media Studios. You use this very room, the green room, to film some of the Reynaldo Rey project. Uh, he's got the sweater on. Look at the man. Look at the man.
Always marketing, baby. Shout
And
out to POTUS.
yeah,
Shout out to
shout out to
POTUS.
POTUS and Morris Media Studios here for letting us broadcast this 80 hours of
And shout out
madness.
to your lovely wife. I always call her. I
Mar-
can never say that Marina, but I can never say
Mariana,
it.
Mariana.
Mariana. Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to
yeah,
Mariana too. Good
yeah,
person.
yeah,
Good person as
yeah,
well.
for sure. She's holding it down for me right now. She's out there somewhere, moderating everything, making sure everything looks and sounds good for me.
And she does an amazing job.
She
Isn't it
does.
good to have a better half
It
in the
is.
business with you, assisting
It,
and standing behind you? It's beautiful.
it is. It does. Very helpful. Very helpful. So yeah, you were saying you were telling me some good things off air about the projects. One of them
Yes.
won an award recently. Tell me more about what you got going on and what's happening.
Yes. First, I have to say shout out to God and thank you so much for the direction and all the leadership and just instilling in me. And shout out to the production team, including you, POTUS, Mariana, and a lot of people know Deon was actually there not only for me to use the studio, but also he helped direct and was the DP, audio, lighting, and everything for a lot of people that we did from Tommy Chung to oh man, Lunel to Sinbad,
John
Marla
Amos. I gotta
Gibbs.
say, John Amos. That was one of my favorites. That guy coming through here. That was one of my favorites, man.
But John Amos wasn't on my project. He came through y'all studio. I was just
Didn't
talking
you get him?
specifically
Didn't you
to
get
the.
him for an interview?
No, he passed before we was going
He
to get
passed
him,
before you got him.
and
Oh man.
Louis Gossett Jr. We was going to get him, and he
Oh, that's
passed.
so sad. That's so
So,
sad. I know you
but
had
real.
made plans when he was here. You spoke with him and made plans to.
Oh well, we got something in the work with his son. Shout out to his son
Nice,
Casey
nice.
Amos. So
Okay,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna go into that.
Right, right.
But let me talk about the Reynaldo Rey
Go ahead.
project. So the Reynaldo Rey story. It's a documentary. We are finished. It's an hour 19 minutes, and it features Marla Gibbs telling a story about her great friend Reynaldo Rey, who all we all know was actually the first Black actor and writer to be on a network
Mm-hmm.
as far as a comedian, uh, to be a writer and as I mentioned, an actor. Not too many people can say they've done that on a major TV network. I know there's been a few people, but we're talking about, I believe, they were CBS is what 227. Oh, I'm sorry, they was NBC.
NBC.
Was
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 2B7. He was actually the first writer and, as I mentioned, actor at the same time. It's a quick story. Marla Gibbs and Reynaldo Rey go back to Marla's memory lane back early in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And they met, she loved his style and he always opened up for her clubs. And eventually a time came, he came on as a writer, him and Bootsy Parker. And also he started writing and then he wanted to do the acting side. So she said, I can get you on as an actor, but I can't get you back on as a writer. So
Mm-hmm.
Marla Gibbs went to the producers, and at the time there was no black writers. So the Glenn Pagnett, the president of NBC, gave Marla Gibbs, who was a producer, 7 black writers to go with the 7 white writers, and
Wow.
Reynaldo was one of them, and he killed it as the mailman. And on this project, we have everybody telling stories. We have Red Fox, who mentored Reynaldo Rey for 15 years. Richard Pryor's on here. We're telling a story about how they met, Dolomite, and we have Sinbad. We have who Reynaldo Rey instilled how to take it to the next level. When Sinbad first came to California, Reynaldo was the first person that he spoke to about really getting into comedy.
Right.
Kim Whitley tells her story about if it wasn't for Reynaldo. Cat Williams is on the project, who mentions he wouldn't have 17 specials unless it was for Reynaldo. Marsha Warfield speaks about the first time she ever did stand-up comedy. Reynaldo Rey was on the program. Garrett Morris, I just interviewed on the last portion before we finished. He's actually given us 2 songs that he did in the 70s. A lot of people don't know Garrett Morris had an album, and he's given us 2 songs. DC Curry talks about Reynaldo was the first OG that gave him advice. And Cat Williams, I mentioned Tommy Davidson, who mentioned Reynaldo gave him hope and faith, and when he really wanted to just give it up. And you're going to hear all those incredible stories. We also have a documentary we're working on called First to the Fire. It's about the first black firefighters to serve in their communities. We're going to talk about the first black firefighter, Molly Williams, in 1818. She was a slave who worked in the kitchen for her boss, who was a volunteer firefighter. All the firefighters got sick one winter, and the call came in. She put the spoon down, and she went, grabbed a hose, and back in the days, a wagon, put the fire out, and they named the 10th station the 11th station. She was 70 years old, and she ended up being a firefighter for the next 3 years.
Wow.
We're going to talk about Montel Williams, the talk show host. His father was Herman Williams. He was the first black fire chief in a major city. And he was very significant because he was the one that instilled and incorporated the fire detector to be installed everywhere. And as we all know, everybody in every house in every country has a smoke detector. And we're also going to talk about black inventions that were created by Garrett Morgan and many other people, that the fire hose, the nozzle, the fire truck ladder that extended all the way to the top to get to the sliding pole was an actual tree invented by black firefighters. The fire extinguisher wasn't invented by a black man, but he perfected it to put the nozzle and to make sure it shoots out faster.
Right.
And of course, probably one of the most important inventions ever created was the stoplight by Garrett Morgan. And firefighters can't go through those things without the stoplights, going to green. So we have some great. Robert John Burke is going to narrate the project. People are not familiar with him. Well, you are. You just may not know the name, but you know the face. He was in RoboCop 3. He was the actual RoboCop.
Oh, wow.
He also is. He was in Boardwalk Empire. He was on Sopranos. He was he's in Black Panther 2. And he's also in the new Black Panther 3.
Wow,
and he's also the New York commissioner on Law and Order. And what's significant about him is not only at 64 is he an accomplished actor, he's best friends with Spike Lee and John Louis Ramos, who's also a producer on this project. And everybody knows Louis Ramos from New York Undercover. He also was in Do the Right Thing. And probably his biggest role was Luis on Power, the original, when he was the Mexican cartel guy with the hat and the leather jacket.
Okay.
But one thing I really love about Robert John Burke, he's passionate, but he is still at 64 years old a volunteer firefighter. So if anything went down, he would volunteer and still.
That's crazy. 64.
So yeah, it's going to be some great things. And I also have the rights to the Fred Berry, everybody knows Rerun project from What's Happening. We're going to do that project, and we have already got that casted. I have the rights from his 2 sons, Fred Berry Jr. and Deshaun Berry. Also, Carol Berry is his second wife, who we actually married twice. And we also have Sonia Braswell, who was his first love and his baby mama that he had. They actually didn't get married, but they was walking down the aisle and argued the whole time till they didn't finish getting married.
Okay,
So
interesting.
yeah, so we're gonna talk about the whole how pop locking got started, how I would say Fred started out as how he got on Soul Train, how he got on What's Happening, when he died. He also at the end of his career was doing stand-up comedy. A lot of people don't know that. And he was the first big personality, big guy that was on a big major project for a major network. So I'm pride myself on doing a lot of firsts that will educate not only people in Black history, but just history period, that people love a good story and someone that they've grown up and identified all their lives. I have another project. I can't talk about it because we're still in the works with it, but I will say this: it's one of the biggest entertainers and comedians ever. Ever. I can say who it is, so just it's only 3 people that comes to mind, and yes, it's one of those people.
Nice.
So
okay.
we're not gonna mention his name.
Which one, but it's one of them.
Yeah, but it's one of them. Put it like this: if you had a Mount Rushmore of comedians, he would be on your everybody's Mount Rushmore.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm not gonna give it away, but
I think you told me off air. So if anybody wants to know, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. Before we go any further, I want to play the trailer for the Reynaldo Rey documentary for Marcus Head. So we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring to the floor at this time a young man that's going to shake you up. Reynaldo Rey! Give him a great round of applause. Reynaldo Rey! Reynaldo Rey!
I don't believe in alimony. If I ever send a woman some alimony, bitch better send me some pussy back in the mail.
So a lot of people have asked me, why have I decided to do this Reynaldo Rey documentary? There's several reasons, but the most important reason was it had to be done.
And today Marcus Head sits down with some of the people that he mentored so that you can know a little bit more about the marvelous Reynaldo Rey.
I knew that he instilled in me the need for content and that he had learned that under the tutelage of Red Fox.
He said what he said, and he meant what he said, and he didn't care. He wasn't ashamed of what he said, didn't go back and apologize for what he said or anything like that, so.
When you got to go on stage, said Richard's coming up the same tonight, Richard's sitting there, you on stage, and Red Fox sitting there looking at you, and he vouched for you. That's why I say he's real, man. He learned from 2 of the realest comics out there.
That was my man. He taught me how to conduct myself. He taught me how to just be cool and listen, and he helped me write jokes.
His reputation preceded him. So I'd always heard about Reynaldo and Red and all that, and it was always good things. So when I finally did get a chance to work with him, it was like I had known him forever.
Reynaldo Rey is definitely one of the greats. I would consider him a king of comedy. He knew how to take stand-up and then go into acting.
Reynaldo Rey was genuine, man, which is he just in ordinary terms be taken lightly, but in Hollywood terms, is few and far between.
You know, I'd go to him if we had a problem with somebody, because sometimes they didn't want to stay on the clean comedy thing. They want to break away. And Reynaldo knew that was a no-no. We all knew that was a no-no, and why waste everybody's time? So,
if I had 30 seconds to talk to Mr. Rey, there's one question I would ask him.
Who was the first woman? Who was the first woman on earth? She said, oh, let me see, that was Eve. And the chimes went off, bells rang, lightning flash, thunder roar, gates flood over the, walked right on into heaven. It was something, you should have seen it.
I was happy to be a friend of his, to be honest with you. I was happy he chose to also see my level of talent, you know, worthy of sharing stages with me and ideas.
The people I met were cool. He was just my dad, so it was a little different.
He made people laugh.
It really did. What was it like growing up with a famous grandfather? Sometimes it was stressful.
I actually met Reynaldo. I met Reynaldo one night at a club called the Parisian Room.
I became a fan of his because I was a jazz lover. And when it came time for White Men Can't Jump, I told the casting director, give me Reynaldo Rey.
So we miss you, we love you, man, and guess what? Hopefully I don't see your ass for a long time, nigga, okay? I'm trying to come up there.
Man, you got some titans in there.
They wouldn't become Titans if it wasn't for Reynaldo Rey.
Say that again.
Also, those Titans talk about they wouldn't have become Titans if it wasn't for Reynaldo Rey. He was the uncle of comedy, the OG.
Right. Man, so out of all the projects that you're working on right now, which one is the I guess the one you're working on the most? Like, which one is the one set to come out next?
The next one that's set to come out, I would say we also have a improv comedy show very similar to Mad TV and Hollywood Shuffle. It's called In Living Color.
Oh, wow.
Live in Color, and it's got Coco Brown, Rodney Perry. It's got Leon Rogers, Pat Mitchell, Madam Boss, who's a superstar in Zimbabwe. So we have international ties to that. And we have about 40 sketches. We also have Carlos Miller. We have, what is his name? Just so many people, I just got so many people, but, it's going to be hilarious. And K-Dub does a lot of funny scenes as a janitor who can't fix anything. And he's also, we have sketches with him being a lawyer, shady lawyer called Kelly Cochran, getting people out of things. So very funny. And we also have Dr. Sabrina, who is Dr. Hershey. She's a therapist, but she's very funny, but she's also giving real messages. And at the end of the show, she has a thing called Dr. Sabrina Speaks, which is her forte as a licensed therapist. And she's talking about everything from suicide to family to money to how to deal with health and wellness, basically. And she does it all resembling with different colors, like personalities. So blue is for positive, orange is for so many different things.
Sick.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stuff that you can really have a laugh, fun, and we're also gonna have people that are artists that have music, from videos to people showcasing from all over the country. We have people from Africa, China, we got people from England, and we also have stand-up comedians doing 1 to 3 minutes of stand-up comedy for the project. So it's just a combination of a bit of everything for a nice variety show.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so oh man, I'm
tired just talking about that.
I was gonna say you're doing so much. I was gonna say, like, if someone wanted to work with you or something like that, are you taking on any other projects right now, or are you pretty much booked?
I'm always looking for good people. I'll never stop bringing good people onto the production. And I forgot to mention about the award. I did just receive a Telly Award, which is like the next level from a Emmy, and the statue is looks like an Emmy. It's like a wing person, and we won a award for that. It was a bronze award, and it was 13,000 people that submitted to that festival, the Telly Awards. And Michael Strahan won the gold, and he did like a sports documentary, and then someone did a documentary about something about Donald Trump and just some craziness. So I mean, how can you compete with that,
Right.
And but I'm really happy because it qualifies us for certain criteria of things, and it just feels good to call yourself an award-winning director for a documentary.
Sure.
And one more, and we qualify for to get in the pool of being nominated for an Emmy and NAACP award as well. So I'm really excited about that, and you know, I done already put that on the IMDb page. I got award winner, you know. So I don't like to brag too much, and you know me, I don't really brag and talk, but I'm very proud of that.
You should
because I have a film out still on Tubi you can watch called Can't Get Right with Shawty, Rodney Perry, Butterby Rocker, Mahogany Raspberry, and a lot of people that really supported the project. Montel Jordan was a producer, and he gave me a few songs with him and also Lecrae that's on the project. We got a song by Rick Ross that's on there with Ace Juicy. So, like I said, we got a lot of things coming. We rubbing elbows with the right people, but none of that matters to me. I'm all about just putting out a good, wholesome project and having good people and having fun. It ain't about how big the names are. To me, it's about giving the people a great product so they can enjoy and talk about not only after they watch it, but years later. But the Reynaldo Rey, we have decided on distribution. So we're going to make a major announcement about that coming up soon.
I was hoping you would say it today.
Yes. So no, I can't say it. So we're still crossing our eyes. And I just got another offer from another platform. So I got to wait. And actually, that just came in today. So I have to. So we got some good things coming. And I also just got, I'm receiving another award. It's called AHA Award. Early 2026 for the Reynaldo Rey documentary.
Why does that sound familiar? Is that
it's in Vegas. They've been doing that for they haven't done it since 2021, but the AHA celebrates
They used to do it every year, but then COVID hit, right? Yeah.
Yes, they used to do it by Frank Cooper.
Right.
They've nominated everybody from Moms Mabley to Richard Pryor to Red Fox.
Yeah, okay, I knew I heard it.
You know, to Lunel, there's so many people, and I'm honored to be in that company.
Yeah, you should be. That's dope, man.
And we're also going to give Reynaldo Rey a AHA award as well.
Beautiful.
And his grandson, shout out to Murph Ray. Without all this, it wouldn't be possible. So shout out to Murph Ray for, you know, just really giving me, him and his father, Todd. And Reynaldo Rey also still has a brother who you said he made people laugh. That was his older brother, Thurman Murphy. And, you know, without them, you know, I couldn't have made this possible. So shout out to the Murph and Ray.
How many people did you interview total for that documentary?
I have no idea. All I know is I have over 100 people between cast and crew that I have over 75 people that I interviewed. And of course, everybody couldn't make it. So there's people on the project, like shout out to Hope Flood, Melanie Camacho, that's on the project that didn't do it. Shout out to Cinnamon Robinson, who knew him very well. But we still have Bruce on there. Like I said,
I'm sure you got enough footage to do it all over again.
Crazy George Wallace is on there, and George Wallace is hilarious. He made me laugh harder than anybody I interviewed. And of course, we got probably the last story joke teller that we have in the game right now. Ali Sadiq is on the project as well, and like I say, just so many wonderful people. Joe Torre, you know, Roz, Washington. Like I said, I can't even think of people. So if I left people out, I apologize. But it's just a dope, you know. And interviewing Sinbad, who I knew before because I used to do stand-up comedy.
Yeah, that was dope.
Was real nice. And of course, meeting Marla Gibbs. Those two, and Lenny Williams. You know, I interviewed. Him and Reynaldo Rey go back to 1972, over 50 years of friendship. And he tells a story about how Reynaldo Rey and him were there when he and Johnny Guitar Watson did Superman Lover. A lot of people don't know Reynaldo Rey was not only a comedian, a writer, an actor, but he also wrote 3 songs actually. He wrote a song called I'm Not Scared of You. He also wrote a song, Superman Lover, with Johnny Guitar Watson.
Yeah, I learned that helping you. I learned that helping you on this project for sure.
And he also did a song with Millie Jackson as well. So, you know, a lot of history with Reynaldo Rey. He also did some music and wrote for the, not the Temptations, but the OJs. No, I'm sorry. He wrote for the Temptations, but he traveled when he first started for the OJs. Basically, him and Eddie Levert were real good friends. And they actually, before they even became big, Eddie Levert had a club called Levert's, and Reynaldo used to always open up there. And anybody from California knows all the Hole in the Walls, Mavericks Flat, Blueberry Inn, La Louisiana, and then of course the Townhouse. And we are going to do a feature film about Reynaldo's life, and we're going to have Red Fox on there, Richard Pryor. We're going to have Moms Mabley. Moms Mabley has a great story when Reynaldo first started. She gave him some advice. We're going to have John Witherspoon on there. We're going to have Paul Mooney on there. Just think about it. All those names I just mentioned, you've never seen any of them in a movie. And all of them are going to be on the Reynaldo Rey
documentary.
The film. Red Grant, who's on the documentary, who did a great job. He's also going to play the lead role for Reynaldo Rey. And Mimir Cotton.
Oh, you picked somebody already. I know you were thinking about you picked somebody. Okay.
Yes. Reynaldo Rey is going to be played by Red Grant, who everyone knows. He did
nice.
the movie
Okay, I was
Union.
excited to talk about that, and I wasn't sure if we could. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And he's under under the contract and everything else. And
Nice.
he, of course, everyone knows he is on the Cat Williams tour, and he has been on tour with Cat for 17 years. So Cat has 18 specials, and he has been on 17 of those, and everybody's on that tour right now, from Melanie Camacho to Monique to Mark Curry to I know Rodney Perry's been on there, Damon Williams been on there. Shout out to Damon Williams, who's on the Reynaldo Rey doc. Do you know Damon?
Yeah.
Do you know Damon?
Yeah.
B. Cole was on there from Chicago. And then we got some oldies that are not known in the community, but they knew Reynaldo very well, like Herman Richardson, who, when Reynaldo used to be a school teacher, he actually used to teach Herman Richardson when he was in high school. Herman was in high school, and Reynaldo was his professor. In college. And Reynaldo was his professor. And 40 years later, they have been friends until Reynaldo passed. His bodyguard, James Tate, is on there. Tate is on there. And just so many people, man. Just, shout out to Jennifer Pryor, who gave me the go ahead to tell a story about Richard Pryor and Reynaldo Rey and just so many people, Leon, who used to manage the Townhouse. He told me a few stories, and Spike Johnson, Thomas Marine, he's on there. He's known Reynaldo. He used to be the manager of all those clubs I mentioned earlier in California. So a lot of good things, man. A lot of good things.
Dope, man. Yeah, you're killing it out there. I'm proud to be able to say I worked with you on some stuff.
Gotta get out to Atlanta, bro. Gotta come out here to Atlanta, man, and so we can get
I'm
cooking.
still thinking about it for sure. I'm trying to make something happen out here before I go, but you know how it is.
I got you.
Love
I will be
relationship with
out
LA.
there in June, though. I'll be out there late June, though.
Yeah, we definitely got to hook up. Even if we don't do nothing work-wise, we can hook up and
Right.
Have dinner or something.
And also, we are having a film premiere in Las Vegas. So anybody that is in the Las Vegas area, close to Las Vegas, we're having a film premiere for Reynaldo Rey and June 22nd, which is a Sunday. Hawthorne James will be there. Garrett Morris will be there. And who else? Reynaldo Rey's grandson. Also, shout out to Deandra Brown, his cousin. She'll be there. She was very helpful and influential to getting all the history of the family and all the pictures and videos. So shout out to her for that.
You got flyers or any information for that? Yeah.
Yes, we do have a flyer.
Send that to me so I can promote it. I'll promote it on Furnace.
Right. Is this recorded?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so-
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Okay. Is this going to go out?
It's out already. Yeah, we're going out live right now. So
It's going out live, but it's not going to, but besides the live, no one else is going to see this on the recording, right?
No, I'll have recordings of it. We'll
Okay.
get recordings of it. I actually forgot to hit record here, but I know a way to go and strip it off the stream, so don't worry.
Okay, great. Because I was going to say something if it wasn't go that way. I was going to make a nice announcement, but like I said, we record.
Yeah, no, we're gonna record it and replay some of it, so don't say it if you don't want the world to know.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Man, anything else you want to say? Really, I think that's we pretty much covered everything. I don't want to get too deep.
Thanks for having me, brother.
No, I
Much love
appreciate
and
you. You
respect,
know, anything
and,
I'm doing, I'm hitting you up, and because I know
Yeah.
it's vice versa.
Yeah, anybody that wants to follow me, you can follow me
Yeah.
on Mhead Filmmaker on Instagram. You can. My company is mheadfilms.com. And just Google my name. I'll come up. Marcus Head. Like I said, Marcus Head, the award-winning producer and director. But anybody that has a project, anybody that has a project that you have funding for, or you have a script, or you have an outline, or a pitch deck, then get at me, and I do a small $150 counseling fee, consulting fee to help you get situated.
Nice.
And then I have another package to where I can help you put everything together and get you an investor for your project.
Nice.
But don't reach out to me and call me. Reach out to me with an idea.
Right.
Yeah. If you got a book deal or something like that, yes. But if you just saying, hey, I got this idea I want to do, first thing I'm gonna ask you is, have you copywritten it?
Right.
Do you have a script? Do you have a person in mind who you want to play the lead? Do you have any money for funding? And of course, the most important thing, why do you want to do it?
Right. Dope, Marcus. That's
Yes,
so
sir.
dope. Before I let you go, what's your next goals? Like, what goals are you setting? I know you've accomplished a lot already. What goals are you setting? And then also, what is your main title? I know you've done so much, even like down to lighting and audio for some of the stuff that you've done.
Oh yeah, I did.
All the way
I
up to
did
directing,
everything.
acting. What is your main goal? And then also, what would you say your main title? Like, is directing the title you want?
Let me just say, when I first started out, I was a coffee boy getting coffee for people, and I
That's
did
where we
not
all
learn
started.
how to. I did not learn how to direct, lighting, camera. I didn't know any of that stuff, and I didn't go to film school. I taught myself. I just watched movies, turned the volume down, and just said, okay, I would have done this, I would have done that, and also Skillshare is probably the place that really taught me and broke down the craft and learning all the lingo. But as far as my goal and aspiration is to own my own streaming platform and have incredible movies, but more importantly, to bring people that have ideas and have something ready to go. And then they can film at my studio. And then I'll let them use all of my equipment that is state of the art, basically everything that is all approved from all streaming platforms. And also, musicians, people that want music videos shot, I do that as well. And I do a very affordable price because I know what it's like to not have any money.
Right.
So anybody that has a good project and you don't even have to have all the money, but just have something. We're gonna put together, come shoot at my studio, come shoot at my location. We're gonna use the equipment. I'm gonna make sure I help you oversee it. And then I have the connections to get on streaming platforms for you. I have connections with Apple, Tubi. I have connections with HBO, BET Plus, Fox Soul, and I also have connection with Zeus, and I have connections with so many different platforms. If you have I'm telling you, series is the way to go. You don't have to have a big name to make a great series. You just got to have the right sauce, actors, and talent.
Right.
And whatever you do, please pay good money for your audio. People will watch. Can I curse?
Yes, of course.
People will watch a shitty film for an hour and a half, 2 hours, but they're not gonna watch more than 15 minutes of bad audio.
That's true.
So make sure your audio is on that.
on point.
It doesn't matter what you shoot on. If you don't have the budget, don't try to go get a big camera. If you got a Blackmagic, shoot on a Blackmagic.
Right.
Just get good lighting, good audio, and grab some drapes and get. When I first started, I got some drapes. I went to Home Depot and just bought all the PCV that they had and just put all that together and put curtains around and lampshades and everything else to diffuse in and everything else. Is how my first project I ever did was I videoed my 2 kids. I think my son was 5 at the time, 6 at the time. No, I'm sorry, he was like 8 at the time. Yeah, it's like 6 or 7, and my daughter was like 2. And they were sword fighting with the PVC. That was the first thing, and I still have that video. That's gonna be worth some money, man.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, so man, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking time out of your vacation hours here to do the interview. Enjoy the rest of your vacation for sure. Safe travels
Absolutely.
back to Atlanta, and we'll be talking again. We talk
Real quick, is there anything in the chat with anyone? Because I'm seeing a lot of chats. Anybody had any questions or anything that you see?
It's more just relevant to what we were talking about and stuff like that. Not really any questions. I'm not seeing.
Right. I just want to make sure we didn't leave anything out because I was giving out free advice for anybody.
Definitely giving out good advice. If you didn't catch the contact of, you can say it one more time. But if you didn't catch any of his contact info, he's gonna say it again now. And if you don't catch it there and you need more information, just hit me up. I'll get it to you.
The best way to get in touch with me, starting out, is Instagram. 𝐸ad Filmmaker. The second best way to get in touch with me, go to Facebook. And I don't know Facebook that much. Just Google my name.
Google.
My email comes up. Yeah, just Google my name. My email comes up. Do not call me because I'm not going to answer. I'm actually getting to the point where I'm actually about to get a secretary that's going to funnel all the calls through her. And I'm not going to be dealing with phone calls. Because ever since I got this award, I get about 15, 20 calls a day now.
Yeah.
People wanting me to do projects. People want me to do podcasts. And I love it. I always stay humble and be happy and never forget the hunger.
Right.
Always have to. And don't ever, please make sure you save this and take this.
I got you.
If you want to be a successful person, whether it's film, lighting, directing, acting, writing a book, baking cookies, selling lemonade, 3 things. Don't ever give up. If the person is criticizing you, does not have your number where they can pick the phone up and call you and tell you how you could have made a better project, they don't matter. If people are talking about you negatively and you don't know them, why should you even waste your time responding? And the third thing, and probably the most important thing, is have fun, but continue to keep at it. And believe in God. Faith is
You get 100% sure. I appreciate you. Thank you, Marcus. I'm gonna let you go for now, and we'll get you back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we got more.
And let me know when you put all this together and send me a copy of the video. Send me the full
I got
link,
you.
and I'll chop it up.
I got you. We're on we're live on radiofortheworld.com. So if you want to catch more of it,
go to world.com. Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you.